We dismiss history at our peril.
Liberty Nation Radio with Mark Angelides.
Well, it was all go at the Oscars this year, and the audience got something they hadn't quite bargained for. And the Academy itself also got something it hadn't quite bargained for, and that was a boost to the ratings numbers. Now, I don't claim to understand anything about Hollywood or how the Academy actually works. We're fortunate enough to be joined by national correspondent and host of the show, The Politics of Hollywood, Kelly Ballard. Welcome, Kelly. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Mark. Thanks for having me. I'm kind of excited to be on your show.
I'm very glad to have you here. So, Kelly, how bad are the Oscars viewing numbers historically?
Well, Mark, it's not the great stuff it used to be. In the 90s, there were more than 50 million viewers, but there were only about 280 million people at the time in the United States.
Right.
And then by 2014, there were 43.7 million viewers, but now the population was at 320 million. So, you got to take that into consideration.
That's about a 30% drop. And what about from 2014 to now?
Well, from 2014 to about 2021, it fell off from 43.7 million to just 10.4 million. And then right now, the preliminary numbers for this one, 2022, it's only estimated that about 15.4 million even bothered to watch the show.
Now, I wonder if that's because obviously from 2021 to 2022, there is an increase there. But I wonder if that's not so much that people are more interested in what's happening at the Oscars, but more that it's being broadcast to so many larger markets. Now, it seems that there was a small bit of drama courtesy of Will Smith and Chris Rock, who was hosting the awards ceremony when Mr. Smith slapped Mr. Rock. Now, it's kind of made the ceremony more in the public eye, and I believe that more people have tuned in to watch that one aspect than they did for any of the actual awards. So it's not really for the right reasons that people are again engaged in the Oscars. What are your thoughts?
It's drama, it's entertainment, it's Hollywood, or like I like to say, Hollyweird. And it's not the first time that something like this has happened. I mean, remember Kanye West when he interrupted Taylor Swift for her acceptance speech by talking about how much he liked Beyonce's, or Marlon Brando turning down his award for The Godfather because he had a Native American woman accept it instead, and she relayed his message saying he would not accept the award because Native Americans were not treated equally in films. So it's the Oscars are becoming more political, just like with anything Hollyweird. And so that kind of, I think, makes people not want to watch it as much because we watch entertainment. We watch for entertainment value. We watch for, movies and stuff to lose ourselves, not to get caught up in political drama from our heroes.
It seems that that politics has entered almost everywhere where it's unwelcome. So people like their news, they like the newspapers, but now it's in TV shows. There has to be a certain element of wokeness involved for a show to even get made on most major networks nowadays. And movies have a criteria for who they want in the movie, what the story will be about. And if it doesn't fit those things, it doesn't get made. And I think that the silver screen is all the poorer for it. Now, on a brief side note here, Kelly, there's a lot of chatter going around. Now, some of it's a little bit ludicrous and some seems more, at least intentionally honest. And it's the same thing that happened with Janet Jackson's Super Bowl wardrobe malfunction. There was talk at the time, and still is, I suppose, that it was actually a setup, that it was framed to boost flagging interest. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of chatter on social media suggesting that very thing. They say things like Will Smith didn't slap Chris hard enough and that Chris kind of leaned into it, but I don't know about that because he really Will Smith didn't do himself any favors if it was all a setup.
Well, he got a lot of bad press, but he did go on to win I believe it was the Best Actor award and is the man of the moment. And of course, people are watching elements of the Oscars again. That reminds me that the Golden Globes hosted by Ricky Gervais, it seems that everybody watches Ricky Gervais's put-downs of the Hollywood celebrities, but not so many people actually watch the awards ceremony itself. What do you make of that?
Again, it's drama, it's comedy, it's a relief from today's world and the wokeness and everything that's going on. I think it's all about entertainment and what's going to make us laugh or gasp or, you know, just get excited with our characters and our actors and actresses, and it's entertainment.
Check out Kelly's Politics of Hollywood column weekly on libertynation.com. Kelly Ballard, thanks ever so much for being here.
Thank you, Mark. See you next time.
You're listening to Liberty Nation Radio, heard across the Radio America network from our flagship station in the nation's capital, WWRC in Washington, D.C. Remember, you can tune in for Liberty Nation from 2 to 3 p.m. on Sunday on KBKW 103.5 FM, 1450 AM, the talk of Grays Harbor. Further down the line, we figure out if it's even possible for Democrats to remove Justice Clarence Thomas from the Supreme Court. But up next, a special Say What signature segment with the longtime host of this here, Liberty Nation Radio, Tim Donner. Now don't go anywhere, you're not going to want to miss this. Right back after this break. We dismiss history at our peril.
Liberty Nation Radio with Mark Angelides.
We're doing it for real, really real. Liberty Nation.
And Jeff Charles, contributor for LibertyNation.com.
I think we're starting to make an impact. Liberty style, fighting for freedom.
Daily tracking poll sponsored by Liberty Nation for Thursday.
Mentioned by Dan Bongino, Rasmussen, Jordan Peterson, and
I
others.
can do it again if you want me to.
Cited in Mark Levin's American Marxism.
I think we're starting to make a really big impact. Get noticed. We're doing it. Rock on. I'm gone.